Joining us right now is Dan Ammann. He is the president of ExxonMobil's Low Carbon Solutions Unit. And Dan, it's good to see you.
Good morning, Becky. Thanks for having me.
Okay, let's talk this through. First of all, I think often this kind of goes over people's heads, exactly what low carbon solutions, what the business is, how it works. Why don't you give us a brief primer?
Yeah, sure. So we're doing two things, Becky. We're helping accelerate the world's path to net zero, and we're building a compelling new business for ExxonMobil. If you look at the emissions that the world produces today, energy-related emissions, it's about 35 billion metric tons of CO2 equivalent annually. About 80% of that comes from heavy industry, comes from power generation, industrial processes, commercial transportation. And those are the sectors that we're focused on helping decarbonize. These are often viewed as the hard to decarbonize sectors, but we have a lot of expertise inside of ExxonMobil that we can bring to bear to help decarbonize these industries. We're doing the same thing inside of our own operations, reducing carbon intensity of ExxonMobil operations, and we're taking all of that know-how and helping other heavy industry decarbonize.
Dan, a lot of our viewers know you, but for those who don't, you're the former president of GM and the former CEO of Cruise, the autonomous car company. When you just mentioned the hard-to-get-to areas, I guess that's kind of your connection and where your expertise comes in as well?
Yeah, if you look at the light vehicle transportation industry, which gets a lot of the headlines, and it's really important that the automotive industry is decarbonizing there as well. The sectors that we're focused on here today they're contributing 8 times more emissions than the light vehicle transportation industry. And that's why it's so important that we get after those emissions as well in terms of heavy industry, power generation, commercial transportation, and so on. It's just such a big contributor to emissions, and therefore really needs to be addressed.
What practical solutions exist for that? How does it really work if you're trying to get after that market in particular?
Yeah, so to just take an example, we announced a project yesterday with Linde, one of the big industrial gas companies, where we're going to be capturing one of their production sites, 2.2 million tons a year of CO2. So we'll be capturing that at their site. We'll be compressing it, transporting it on a pipeline, and then injecting that into permanent geologic storage underground, thousands of feet underground. And that will avoid those CO2 emissions from going into the atmosphere. So 2.2 million tons of CO2, just to give you a sense for what that represents, that's the equivalent of taking about 700,000 gas-powered cars and converting those to EVs. And that's about the same number of EVs that were sold in the United States last year. So here we are with one project at one industrial site having the same emissions benefit or emissions reduction benefit as all of the EVs sold in the United States last year. And so it gives you a sense for just the sort of order of magnitude of the opportunity to decarbonize these big, heavy industrial processes. And we have several more projects like that in the backlog. We announced another one a few months ago. And it's really exciting to see the momentum that's building and the pipeline of business opportunities that we have coming towards us here. We also have major projects underway on the production of low-carbon hydrogen. And that can be used as a fuel to replace natural gas, also in industrial processes. And that also has the potential to reduce millions and millions of tons of CO2 and greenhouse gas emissions. So there's a lot of opportunity and a lot to be done in these big industrial processes. A lot of this is sort of happening behind the scenes, but it's hugely beneficial in terms of the emissions reductions and helping getting your heavy industry and getting the world on the path to net zero.